hope that this audio quality is also good, because I always struggle with it. My microphone is right here, down there, and I thought it would be like kind of fun to incorporate both, soft speaking and also whispering from time to time for like the tingles. And yeah, that's all. As you can see, I am prepared for the makeup sesh. I shaved my face as well as the top of my head. I shaved back the hairline so I can wear the wig on top of my head like I usually do. I don't usually, show my head and my hair on the internet, and as well like in public places IRL. So I am a little shy about it, so we'll see. My setup here is extremely tiny because there's a lot of going on in my room right now. This is my desk right here. You can see in the corner of the screen. It's full of jigsaw puzzles. And right here I only have like a small table that already is filled with the camera equipment. So the tripod, the mirror, my mirror for myself, and the microphone. I will have to lean down for the makeup products on the floor, from the floor, and put them on my knees, whatever. I'm also thinking about like for this makeup transformation to be like enjoyable and happy. Just stay in the comfort zone, just not to do anything extremely ambitious, just comfort zone. I shouldn't be wearing this white t-shirt because it will get messy. It will get messy, girl. And is this okay? Okay? Because I'm looking at the mirror down there, so I hope the video turns out okay. We can, take this chance to, catch up a little bit and talk about stuff and daily life and what's up. Because I don't upload videos often, not really. And lately I've been a little busy, like the beginning of May and most of the April were a little busy with like entertainment and stuff, like bike adventures and going on walks. And I visited Germany the previous last weekend, and I am also planning on seeing my best friend on Eurovision in like 10 days or so. Like next Sunday there's Eurovision in Europe. Just kidding, it's for everybody. And so solstice. I know it's still like a little too early to think about summer solstice, because today is like 6th of May or something, and summer solstice is 20th of June. So, but I already have plans, because I don't know how celebrated it is in your country, but in Poland we have something that's called Noc Świętojańska, aka Noc Kupały, and that translates to like the night of Saint Jan, which probably translates to Saint John in English, Saint John's night. And it's on the summer solstice, and we have these festivities where we have like a large picnic area with, different artisans showing off their works, and there's a party, there are concerts, and like the more traditional parts include weaving crowns of flowers and tossing them into the river or something, or whatever, water bank you can find, so that, traditionally girls did this. Girls, like, in ancient times, girls made these flower crowns, and when they tossed them into the water, it was with the hope of, like, some boy finding the flower crown and then reaching the girl, and, like, finding the girl. Oh my god, whose crown of flowers is this? I must meet the girl. Whatever, I don't know, that's how it was explained to me. I think every European country, especially the Central and Eastern countries, like Slavic countries, I think have their own different ways of celebration. A year ago, me and my best friend, we did make the crowns of, oh my god, why can't I remember the word flower crown, or like a wreath? Oh my god, a wreath. Last year, me and my best friend, we made the wreaths. We had fun. It was like very playful, because it was our first time making a wreath, and we were absolutely not skilled at that. They were chunky and unprecise, but we had fun, and we joked about the random boys finding them, but we didn't have the audacity, the confidence to throw them in a pond, because we kind of thought that it can't be entirely safe for the environment and for the fish to throw just random plants into the pond. And we didn't want to, disturb the ecosystem and the pond. So we threw them into the woods, the reefs, just randomly between trees. And it was so lovely, it was so funny. Nobody found them, nobody picked them up. When I visited that place, like a few months later, I only saw the dried corpses of our reefs. Oh my god, there's so much fallout here, whatever. And so, yeah, summer solstice, that's for me. And we are already planning to go, again this year. We've been going every year, it's quite a new thing in our city. Our city didn't always celebrate this, but since it started, we've been to every edition every year. And my best friend has ordered a custom-made, one-of-a-kind dress for the occasion, because the whole aesthetic of the summer solstice here in Poland is quite like boho, picnic time, very summertime, light clothing, and also a little bit of like blast from the past, like with some of maybe medieval inspirations. So my friend already has a fit for the occasion, and I would also love to do something more iconic and like unusual than always. And I would love to, but it's difficult for me on summer solstice, because that's 20th of June, and that's very, very, it might be very hot. Like, I don't know yet. Sometimes June isn't that hot, or as hot as May and July and August tend to be. But I don't know. A year before, I didn't have any energy on the summer solstice to play with outfits and dress up and put on makeup, because it was too hot for me. And I can't stand it. I don't know if I've already said it on the channel, but I don't have thermal regulation in my body. Wait, I'm gonna find a different brush and tell you more. I will get a little close to the phone and to the mirror. Okay, so don't be startled. I don't have thermal regulation in my body because I have this disability that makes me unable to sweat at all. So perspiration is like the main source and like the main mechanism of thermal regulation in humans, right? And I don't have that. I don't have it, so I can't safely stay in hot places for long, and I get tired and borderline to hyperthermia. Hyperthermia. From what I've learned about the physiology of thermal regulation in humans, correct me if I'm wrong, okay? I am maybe not the most reliable source, but from what I know, when your internal body temperature gets too high, then the blood vessels in the most external layers of your skin widen in diameter compared to the blood vessels in the lower, deeper layers that shrink in diameter, so that more of your blood is transported through the shallow layers of your skin, rather than remain in the depths of your skin, whatever. And while most of your warm blood is circulating in the external layers of the skin, it gets cooled down by the perspiration, where, you know, your body excretes sweat on the surface of the skin so that it releases energy to the environment when it evaporates from the surface of your skin, thus making the surface of the body alongside with the hot blood near the surface cooler. It cools down this way. Then the cooled down blood, you know, it travels to, you know, organs and internal structures, cooling them down, I think. Right? Is that thermal regulation in humans? Correct me in the comments if you know better than me. But, you know, since I don't have sweating, I don't have perspiration, there are just no ways for my body to stay safe, you know, in the safe range of temperature. I don't like this color, I don't like this coverage. Like, should I just go for full black? Because it looks very messy and the brush I used didn't do anything. This is black now, so I don't usually use black for this part of this, like, inner corner, I don't know how to call it, extension. Oh, it looks so messy, I don't know. Oh my god. And also the fallout. You know, I will clean the mess and the fallout later, because my thinking process with this makeup transformation, this makeup session, is that I want to just chill out and take a chill pill and, like, not worry about it being good looking or not, and not erasing anything, because it just takes longer for everything to be completed. And, you know, I'm in the mood of just playing and not worrying about the result and not undoing any mistakes and correcting them. Okay, you know what, I will say it, I don't hate the result so far. Like, maybe I shouldn't say anything before the liner, because that's usually the hardest thing to me. Like, I am not usually able to be precise with the eyeliner, but, like, honestly, that's quite good. Like, I wish that this inner part was a little bit thinner. But you know what, from afar I'm not that mad. Yeah, that's nice, that's good. Let's do the same thing on the other side. And so, back to the summer solstice. I don't think I've finished the topic, because I was saying that my best friend is planning to dress up very nicely for the occasion, and I would love to do the same, but I'm afraid that I won't have the energy because of the weather conditions to do that, and I would just default to just anything that's comfortable enough for the occasion, for the weather, and, you know, just the shortest of shorts and water bottles everywhere, a lot of water to be safe in the sun. You know, when it's too hot out there, the best you can do is at least try to be comfortable with your look, because that way you won't get stressed out and impatient as quickly as you would if the conditions were even more suppressing for you, for me, you know, because while I don't have, you know, the thermal regulations, like I said, the mechanisms, then, you know, I have no idea how it feels for healthy people, for most people, in the hot weather. But I can tell you, for me, because I don't regulate my body temperature, I get stressed out in the sun, and like literally my body gets high cortisol, and if I'm in the hot environment for a prolonged time, like if I can't, you know, run away and hurt myself, then my defense mechanisms such as, you know, adrenaline kicks in, and I get very like buzzy and energetic, so that I could, for example, even run away to, you know, seek shelter and like reach home if I can. And if I don't, I lose a lot of strength. There is no strength in me in a hot environment. So my body kind of directs all the energy that I have into like meditation and staying calm, because if in this whole anxiety of, you know, being on the verge of hyperthermia, if I also to that get a panic attack and start hyperventilating and crying, then it just gets so much worse. So when I get in the state of prolonged exposure to high temperature, I have no energy for anything. I don't talk. I, like when I get asked questions, then I want these questions to be yes or no, so that I can just nod. I have zero energy to talk. I like divert all of the energy, all of the rest of the energy that I have in my body to moving and walking and surviving. Like, it sounds dramatic, but it actually really is a very survival mechanism, you know? After the adrenaline cools down, winds down, and I still haven't reached a safe place, then the next mechanism that kicks in is me crying. And I think my body kind of knows that by crying, it's the only way to perspire at all, like, you know, to produce any liquid on the top of my skin. So then I start crying. Seriously. By the way, this disease that I have is called anhidrotic ectodermal dysplasia. So you can, if you want, go ahead and look it up. What are the other symptoms and such? Like, I don't want to bore you to death. I feel like already I've been talking about this topic for like 15 minutes, and like this was supposed to be a catch-up sesh. Girl, I don't like this makeup. I must confess, I don't like. But whatever. Let's continue. I'm not erasing it. No way. I think I will try to deepen the pocket, the socket, the crease, and redden the under eye so that I look more sick. What do you think? And these health problems that I've been talking about and explaining to you, they really take a toll on my daily life. Like, it's so hard to plan. This red on camera is looking exactly as almost the same as this, so it doesn't work as I planned. It takes a huge toll on my daily life because it's hard to predict, if I go out and it suddenly, I don't know, the clouds make way to the sun and I'm on a bike adventure, then, what should I do? Okay, it's not the best scenario to like ponder, because if I'm on a bike, then I can easily, quickly ride away. Okay, so, but oftentimes when I go to school in university in winter, so it's cold outside, and I go by train, I ride my train for an hour to the city where I studied. It's in past tense because I've already finished university, but when I did go to university, I had to be wary of the winter being winter, and it's very cold, so I have to wear a t-shirt and a sweater, or like a blouse and a sweatshirt and something, and everything is very cool outside, like in the city. But when I reach the university and I'm inside and I already have a t-shirt, long pants and sweater on me, like I can remove the sweatshirt or the sweater, but I don't have shorts to change. I didn't bring them because I would not expect the interior of the university to be freaking 26 degrees Celsius. 26 degrees Celsius. Because, whoever decides to heat up the whole building, you have to do that, because otherwise we would freeze to death. But outside, it's like close to 0 degrees, and inside you suddenly have 26. And what should I do? I lose my energy. I can't stand it. It's so difficult. And like, what am I supposed to do? Dress. I mean, you could say I can bring clothes to change, but oftentimes it's just so hard to predict, It's so unpredictable, because sometimes when I think, oh, it's like a nice, cool, windy 18 degrees April. So that's like very cool, very nice. You can absolutely go outside in jeans and a sweater and like nothing else, or like that's a medium coverage of heat, like something medium warm. That would be my intuition, right? And then I go outside, and it turns out that, yes, it is 18 degrees, but also it turned out to be very sunny in this city that I rode a train to. And the heavy sun adds like at least 5 to 10 additional degrees of temperature to, the experienced temperature. And that's messy. Well, and like, what am I supposed to do? Die out there? Sorry, I know that's a little bit, maybe I'm getting a little bit like salty about this stuff, but I just mean to say that it's difficult for me to be prepared to go outside in like some conditions, in like winter, but then I go inside to a doctor's office, and inside they really brought the heating in. So inside it's like summer, but outside it's winter. So what should I dress for? What should I dress for? Should I dress for summer and freeze on the way to the doctor's office? Or should I dress appropriately for winter and be uncomfortable? Whatever, literally whatever, I have to move on from this topic and talk about something else, because this has taken like almost 20 minutes. I think even more now, almost 30. And this was supposed to be a catching up video with a mix of soft spoken and whispering. So, where is that? The other things that have happened to me recently are that I am very happy for the, for the warmer spring months, because since like maybe the mid-April, it's been warm enough to go for a delightful, beautiful bike adventures around. I live in a very beautiful area with a lot of forests and like touristy places. There's a lot to see. So I've been doing that for like sometimes even borderline every other day, or like a bike adventure every day. It's been amazing, it's been lovely. And also for the first time at the age of 24, I've seen beavers outside, like in nature. I always knew there were beavers in my area, because I can see the tree trunks getting, scratched. But I've not seen a beaver earlier, like before. Now I have, and that's very happy. I am wondering what to do with my lips, because I'm thinking for this like weird alien/animalistic makeup look. I don't want to line the lips. I don't want to create like a perfect shape. I want the lips to be like gradient style and messy. Like on a daily basis, I don't usually like think and like ponder some of my features, like the shape of my lips. But when I was doing a character in a character creator on like a Steam or like in a game, we made a challenge with my friend to create ourselves. So then I really like pondered each individual facial feature like on its own, not in like the not in the like overall sense, like compared to the face and to the nose, like proportions of lips, but just, you know, just focused on just the lips at the time, like just focus on the lips. I've never considered my lips to be like thick. Like if anyone asked, it's not the word that I would use, thick lips, right? But they are not thin either. They are quite thick, and they are quite pouty. In my default stance, because I noticed that it kind of from many angles on a daily basis look like the color of my lip ends here before like the real end of, or like the hollow of the lip. Like, you know, if I had to connect from this to this, then I would fill in this whole area that has no color in it. It's just skin. And I realized it really makes the lips look very like pouty. Like if I exaggerate the pout, you know, the lip gets pushed inwards so that there's skin right here. Does it make sense? Kind of? Whatever. This video is so chaotic, but like, that's a standard. And, you know, I guess that's it. You know, a white wig with a white t-shirt doesn't help complement anything else on my face, I fear, because I just look more yellow compared to the white hair. You know, if I would wear a blonde wig and then I like black turtleneck or something, then in comparison, then I would seem like more pale. You know, I must say, it was a fun makeup session. It was nice to see you, friends, subscribers, once again, and like just talk about stuff and be real for a sec. Like, it's just fun, and it's still very, very pretty and bright outside, so that I can still go on a bike adventure, and I think it won't be dark for at least 2 or 3 hours. So a bike adventure, I would go cleanse my face and go on a bike adventure. So it's very nice seeing you. If you have anything nice to say in the comments, go on. I read comments. I can always give you a heart and a response. If you have anything like request style, what would you like to see on the channel ever, then also go ahead. Like, you know, this channel has been like very chaotically fun so far. I've been doing like, I shouldn't be playing with the wig all the time, because anytime I do, you can see the hard front. Whatever. I have a